From the poorest parts of Ireland and Italy, they came, facing off as rivals on the streets of New York, competing for the same jobs, the same apartments, and the same opportunities, while sharing the same faith. My ancestors and many of yours started turning the Catholic Church, construction sites, and the political arena into places of conflict. But after World War II, there was a change, and rivalry became romance. Paul Moses, journalist and author, tells that story, one of reunion between Irish and Italian Catholics, the story of millions of New Yorkers who proudly say that they have both an Irish temper and an Italian attitude. And he does so in his new book, An Unlikely Union.
The Irish and Italians in the late 19th and early 20th century shared neighborhoods very uneasily. Right. As Italians moved in, Irish moved out.
That was just how it was. Italian in, Irish out. And the parishes, places of peace, weren't immune from that animosity either.
The Italians arrived in large numbers starting in the 1880s. By that time, the Irish were well established, but there's still a lot of poor Irish people doing very menial labor, and the Italians were willing to do that same labor for less money and for longer hours. So that right away touches off a big rivalry. I think that flows over into the world of the parish. Plus, the Irish and the Italians, I like to say they were two people divided by the same religion, because they practiced that religion in very different ways.
The book highlights those who took the first step to work things out. Peacemakers, like many in our families who intermarried. Small stories that initiated big change.
There are those people who are the first to step over the social boundaries too, and I focused on some of those in the book because they're the people who marry when it's not the thing to do, marry the other side, who go through the bad feelings that can sometimes be encountered, and so those people are kind of pathfinders in a way for everybody else.
The battle Paul Moses describes occurred long ago, but the issues and animosities are much the same today. And that's the purpose of his prose, to shine a light, so the life of immigrants in the future will be less dim.
It's a story about peacemaking. So if people take that away, that yes, it is possible for what seem like entrenched situations to change. You know, the Irish and the Italian laborers, the crews of them fought with each other so much in Brooklyn when they were doing construction work. The Brooklyn Eagle wrote an editorial saying, "Can't they be separated?" And that changed. So if people can take away that change is at least possible, that would make me feel like I fulfilled my goal for the book.
Reporting for Currents, I'm Michelle Powers.